In this tutorial, we're going to look at the course homepage. The homepage is that first view that a student has when they enter into a course. Teachers are free to choose different types of homepage in most districts, though the district might say, well, we want you to have this particular type of homepage like we have as a district, and we might even ask that certain elements be on that homepage. But just know that a teacher has the capability to have multiple different types of homepages, and so we want to look at each type in turn just in case you come across one as you substitute. So let's go ahead and dive into one of my courses. Here, I've already clicked in and you can see that I am on the home page and I'm inside Student View. Okay, this type of homepage uses the page view where I can actually design what a student sees. So for example, in our district, we try to have some consistency among courses, and so teachers tend to have a banner, either a text banner or an image, similar buttons that would lead them to different things. So for example, in our district, the Start Here leads them to the modules, and this is a link to the Zoom page as well as the calendar. What we're trying to do with our district is to make things as simple as possible for those younger students particularly. And then you might see some information like a welcome message or a schedule depending on the grade level. Notice over here though that just like on the dashboard where there was the to-do list, that to-do on the dashboard encapsulated all the courses that you would be subbing for. This is the to-do list for the course. Now because I'm in Student View, this is actually the to-do list for the students. So let's go ahead and leave Student View. And you'll see that the to-do list for me is, or for the teacher or for you, is actually a lot different, because this is, again, just like that global dashboard, these are the assignments that need to have feedback and grades submitted. Some more aspects of the homepage. Notice that up here it shows recent announcements. This is a feature that teachers actually have to turn on by going into settings. So you may not see that, but that is a common feature. Over here on the right, you can see that there are some tools that teachers would use. This allows them to actually bring content from another course into this one. And so, for example, if they're using a common assignment for multiple courses, they might create it in one and then be able to copy it over. Here, there's a function called a commons, which is basically like a large repository of content that teachers within this district, as well as in all over the world, have created and have published out there for other people to use. And so you can bring it in here. I'm going to skip this one because we're going to come back to it. Course stream is just a way of seeing the information that, or like the assignments and stuff like that, that a student, that the students would be seeing, or what is coming up in that course. New announcement deals with announcements. We're going to do that in another video. Student View, that gets you into the student view, just like this, so that you can preview what things look like to the student before you publish it. And notice that in mine, I have this this little Harry Potter glasses, really, and that allows me to quickly change to the student view. That's not a feature of Canvas, that's actually a plugin. So if you don't have that up there, don't be alarmed. As well, you might see some stuff about analytics and course notifications. And so these are mostly buttons that you wouldn't use, but just for your knowledge, let's go ahead and look at how you can edit the homepage if you should have a need, as well as the how you can choose a different homepage if you were in that situation that you would need to. And I say in that situation that you need to because remember, you're driving somebody else's course. If somebody came into my course and they were to hit this edit button and start making changes, I would not return very happy because I have spent a lot of time setting things up very specifically. However, let's say that a student is complaining that the Zoom link just isn't working in multiple students, and so you might actually need to go in and fix a link. So there might be a legitimate reason. So let's go ahead and click on the edit button right here. And what that does is this opens it up. So opens up what's called the rich content editor. Now I have chosen the homepage option of what's called the syllabus. In syllabus, it does actually allow students to see all the course summary. And so if I were to click that, and I'll update it and I'll show you what it can have on it. Refresh. Okay, there, it puts all the assignments that are on there. However, I don't use it for that. I use it as a single place to keep my homepage content without using a separate page. And so this is the rich content editor. There will be a video on that later, and how you would edit this page is the same thing that you would use from that. But notice that when I go in here, into the syllabus view, I do have a calendar, as well as it shows the weightings of this particular course. So if you're trying to figure out how that teacher weights their assignments, this would be a good location to find out that information. I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel though. And I just want to show you very quickly what other options you might see when you're substituting, depending on the school district, the school, or the individual teacher's classroom. And so right here, if you click choose homepage, you can see that there's the course activity stream, and I'm just going to click through these and so that you can see them. The pages one here, I don't have a front page set, but it would be the same thing as this. It's just I'm using the syllabus instead. So course activity stream, you might see something like this, okay, and this would have the different parts, or the different announcements and conversations that are coming out or that have been happening. These are from inbox, assignment notifications that are happening. This isn't a very common homepage that teachers use, but it's possible that you'd see it. One that is probably the most common is actually the course modules, and that would be the same as clicking this module button right here. And what it does is it actually sets the modules of the course as that first view that students would see. These modules are just minimized, but you can see all the details there, and we'll be going over modules in a different video. And then the final one, besides the syllabus that you might see, is just the assignments list. And so there you can see that it actually puts, it's basically the assignments index page for students to see, and then it just shows that right when they log in. I'm going to go ahead and put my homepage back to my syllabus. Okay, and so those are the different views that you might see, and it really, if you're a short-term sub, really you wouldn't mess with that at all. You just want to maintain it. Again, you're driving the car, not building it. But if you were in a long-term sub situation, even into 3-4 weeks, where you are now having to bring your own teaching style into it, you may desire to change that depending on your school's policy. So this is the homepage. Thanks.